Hey, my YT friends and family, this is Sissy coming to you guys to share with you guys my expense envelopes. I told you guys I was coming back. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I told you I was going to share something with you, and I think this is worth sharing. Now, you're going to hear just a little bit. To go in depth, I would go to everybody else who has these expense budget envelopes. I would go over to their channels, okay, and get the details on it because that's what I did. Now, I will tell you this system has been in existence for a long time. A man by the name of Dave Ramsey. I read his book, listened to the video, and you know what? I didn't do it. I just wasn't with it at that time. But last year, we had plenty of time to think about things. I was with it and I wanted to give it a go. And also, I seen all the little cutesy envelopes and binders and things. But I got kind of scared because I know me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get another binder, this all this stuff, and I'm not going to use it. And what I am so proud of myself for is that I used it. And I know this is for my kids, okay, for that my youngest one. I don't think that anyone thought that I was going to stick with it. I was scared too. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, I was real leery about it. But your girl stuck with it. She likes it, and I am so proud of myself. I am. Now, I want to say this to you guys. Everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but I know I'm going to speak about me. It's been times when I was younger, I did not budget. I spent more than was coming in. Thank God for the different financial institutions when I got my cars that they knew, look, how much of a car that I could afford because your girl would have been higher than high and on buying what I wanted to buy and kind of struggling to make it, which is what happened one time. I'll tell you this, I got a car upgraded, honey. It was a brand new one. I got this car and I was not thinking about, okay, girl, you still like to buy. You like to go eat. You like to live. So I wasn't thinking about any of that. So I will never forget for those 4 years, honey, it was tight. Things were tight. And it was because it was poor planning. That's all it was. I didn't think about anything. You know how they tell you, oh yeah, you can afford this. I'm like, yes, I can. Okay, did I tell them I like to eat hamburgers? I like to eat out when I eat out and all that other stuff and we go on vacation? Did I tell them that? No, 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 no. So anyway, your girl has gotten into financial difficulties before. It's so funny. This here is like nothing to, I have to tell you guys, it's nothing to my husband because that man is a saver. My husband was a chief union steward when they were real, honey, union stewards. When they would go ahead and, be on a layoff. Honey, picket for a while, but they always had to have enough money to sustain them. So, you know what? I just thought that was just nice. Now, did I take a heed from that? No. Mm-mm. No, I didn't. Nah, But as I got older and I began to work in a financial institution, thank God that my credit was always on point. Okay, now it was a struggle to pay my cards and things, but my credit was on point because where I retired from, you had to have good credit because their philosophy was if you can't help yourself, how can you help anyone else? And they were really, listen, okay, they were right about things. So even though you guys see me spend, your girl is a saver. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I like to have money for a rainy day. Yes. Yes, your girl does. So when I seen this plan, I was like, you know what, that's pretty cool. I think that I'm going to indulge, and that's what I did. Now, everything that you see before you, except for the money and what's in the envelopes, it came off of Amazon. And the only thing about it, I don't have that information. I wish I would have saved it, but you can just go on there. They're there. So one of the things that I got, and I didn't bring the whole pack down, I did get these money envelopes. I wanted the clear envelopes so I could see the money. That encourages me, you know what I'm saying? They're Ziploc, very nice, okay? And they go into this binder that I had gotten. This is the one, the clear one that I got. And it has all these pretty little seashells. Aren't those pretty, and flowers? So I had got this off of Amazon. I wanted the clear one. I also got my budget sheets off of Amazon. Now, you know what? The thing about these, you get 60 for, how much were these? 60 for $8.99. I think these you get 12 for $7.99. So you can go on there. Now, you don't have to get these from Amazon. Actually, you can use regular envelopes if you please. You know I like pretty. You can use regular envelopes, and if you want to really, honey, heighten the beautifulness of it and the prettiness of it and the girliness of it, you can go on to any of the sites, and I forgot the ones. Oh, I can't think of them, but you can go on different sites and order, you know, from different ones who create these. So if you go on in these YouTube streets, you're going to see, and they'll give you different ones who make them different ways. Because honey, they got some real cute ones. The reason why that your girl did not order anything from, I can't think of the name of it. What are I can't think of the name of it, but it's where people will, from Etsy. That's what it's from. The reason why I didn't order anything from Etsy is because in my area, and you guys remember this, when I started this, they were having an issue with the U.S. mail. Okay, I ain't gonna say why, but they were having an issue with that, and I wanted my stuff, and I wanted it when I wanted it, and I knew who could deliver it when I wanted it, and that was Amazon. That's why your girl went with Amazon. So without any further ado, let's get into these. And I want to let you guys, like I have to keep reiterating this, even though I'm older, I have been younger where honey, I wasn't saving like this. And you know what? It's really good to save. I didn't keep cash like this at the house. That's a good thing to do. My husband is a person who he'll have cash on him, you know, but we keep them in the keep it in the bank. But this was good, especially if you're going to utilize your cash. You need to get to it. It's a good way to do it. It's also good because as long as you have a card, a lot of times and it's not for everyone, okay, because I had disciplined myself to know what was in there, but it is easy to just use that card and not really to get off track to what you're spending and how much you spent. You know, that takes some years of discipline, being disciplined, okay. And what, but it is good. One thing about it, when you see the cash, when you see that cash, it just, I don't know, it's just something about, I don't know, it makes it all real to you. You know, you can see, okay, okay, if I stop here and get a burger, okay, that $5 is gone, okay, or more. You know, that's gone. Opposed to using your card, it's just something about seeing something that's tangible. It is okay, because your girl is a card user, because where I worked at, they wanted us to use that. That was before the cars was flowing like they flowing, because that's all you can use now. So anyway, let me show you the budget sheets. You can put on here whatever you want to keep a budget on. I showed you guys the envelopes, and this is the first one that I'll show you. I had already taken it out. It's time to put it back in. This one here, it says blessings, okay? This here, I budgeted every time I got a blessing. And here I've got, let's see, I'm a notary, so I got some money for some things that I had did. I also, gosh, I'm looking here, the latest date on here was back in December. December. I had $25 that I had gotten for Christmas part of my Christmas money, and I went ahead and put that in here. I put birthday money in here. And what happened is because you're getting cash, I don't know, look, if you don't have a plan for it, this is how this is I'll tell you what happened to me. Because I got that cash, I put it in here. I was like, okay, now I'm going to think what I'm going to do with it. I want to put it to something that I really want. And remember when I told you guys when I got my Coach cologne set, that's what I wanted. I knew I wanted that. I wanted it last year, okay? But I didn't get it last year. So when the opportunity came up, I had the cash to go ahead and get it. So that is, and you know what? Not only to go ahead and get it, I got some money left over. But that made me just feel good, you know. So that's good. That was a good thing. Now we're going to open this, and like I said, this is just so cute. And they at Etsy, they really do have some really nice ones, but the mail wasn't flowing. We had all kind of issues, oh my gosh, with the mail. It was all on the news, so you know, with the trucking, it was just bad. So anyway, I want to show you at the back here. What I do is I keep the cards. I only have a few cards, and I keep my cards there. So anymore, you don't even need to take cards anywhere. Okay, you just give them your last four digits of your social security number. So I don't even really have to take them out. But what they're good for, and the reason why I do have a couple of the cards, is because of the stores that I go to, I can order online. That's the only reason, okay? The only reason. Now we're going to go ahead and get into this, and I'll tell you guys how everything worked for me. Okay, here is the first one, groceries. This did not work for me. And the reason why it didn't work for me is because it was during you know what time, and I found myself using my card a lot of places, you know. So that didn't work for me. But if I'm mindful of it, it probably would work for me, because all I have to do, like I did for my shopping, whenever I go to get something, just take this out and go ahead and get it. But it didn't work for me because of the time. Here we got for my driving license and driving license and license plate. That worked out great, because even though I started in January, it still worked out great. My birthday is not until April, so I was able to put away money in this, so it just didn't hit me like boom, you know, on that date to get it to just cough up that one price, you know. It didn't happen like that. And what's so funny, I looked at this, I got a nickel left, so I put it in there. I better start right now, and that's what I am going to do. Self-care didn't work for me, and the reason why self-care does not work for me, with my hair, my beautician, she only takes, well, she'll take cash, but she prefers checks from her from mostly everyone. She prefers checks because at one time she had a robbery, and so she prefers checks. She'll take cash as well, but for her older customers who's been with her, she prefers checks, and she does not do any cards or anything like that. The savings, oh my gosh, the savings challenge, honey, this is just something extra that they talked about, and I love it. I had chose the $1,000 saving challenge. Honey, I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. And I also chose to do it bi-weekly. That's when I get paid. And honey, I'm like really close. I'm really close. I'm really close. I'm really close. You know, I don't know. This just really did it for me. And this was a challenge. This whole system was a challenge for me to get out of the funk of not following through. This did it. This was something that did it for me. Now I'll tell you this here. It doesn't have to be $1,000. Shoot, they got them started off at maybe I don't know if it's 25, 50. I don't know, $100 if that. You can start it off at what you want, but it's something because you're staying consistent. So you can do a $5 a week challenge, whatever. You a month, they've got it broken down. It's just great. Now the challenge sheets, I went online. I just Googled it and downloaded a savings challenge sheet. Okay, and I looked for one that fit my needs bi-weekly and the amount that I wanted to go by. And honey, that was it. And your girl, I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited. Oh my gosh, I am. You know how we buy stuff and don't use it sometimes. Okay, home repairs, love this. I had some things that I needed to do, and honey, this did it. I had the money on hand. So for the home repairs, what I did, I knew some things I didn't know that was going to happen, just like we needed another power strip, a heavy duty one. I just had started putting money in here. So when we needed one, or if it's something in the house that we needed, we just went in here and we had got it. You know, just the little, not the big things. I'll show you what we did for the big things that we knew were it was going to happen that we planned for. This here you don't plan for, okay? And as you see, your girl needed it. It was little things that I had to get for the house that I needed, and I had the money on hand. Honey, it was on deck. Okay, birthdays. This was the bomb.com. The only thing that I would change with this, because I'll tell you what I did with the birthday budget for each of my family members and friends, that I purchased something for their birthday. Now this is for, okay, I know every year I'm getting, you know, my son, my husband, whoever, something for their birthday, and I always know the amount that I am going to go ahead and budget them. Okay, and I did it this year. So, and some years I do go over, and I think I did kind of go over on somebody's, but it wasn't by much. But anyway, I budgeted that money. So I knew, okay, this is coming out for blah blah's birthday. But what I need to do is, because a lot of our friends are coming up to these, honey, epic birthdays, you know, 50, 40, whatever, you know, monumental birthdays, and they're having parties. And it was two that I wasn't prepared for. So what I'll do this year, for 2022, what I will do for 2022, I'm going to put like a blank in one of the blanks. I'll go ahead and put like the amount, $25, and I'll know that it is for, you know, one of the pop-ups. But this worked. I stayed true to form, honey. This worked. If I went over, I think it was only on my sister's, because I found this really nice card. I mean, I'm budgeting, honey, down from the card to the wrapping paper to whatever, you know. So I found this really real nice card, and I ended up getting it for her, and I went $3 over budget. I'm telling you that I was budgeting. But what's so cool, you know, whatever's left over, you put in here to start back. And look at that. Love it. For my car, I had started money for, let's see here, my oil change. And just, it was something else I thought was wrong with my car, but thank God it was covered. But anyway, you know, your girl, honey, this was just good. You know you're going to get an oil change, and you just about know how much it is. And if you don't know how much it is, what you could do is like what I did when I did this. I called where I get my oil change from, and honey, they let me know how much it would be, tax included. Bam. So I knew to take out money, you know, weekly to put in there. And that's how you do. You just don't put the money in there. Okay. You create it to where, like, every week I'm going to put something in these envelopes. I mean, sometimes it could have been like $2. Okay. I knew whenever I got ready to do whatever, I knew I'd have that money. But I had started saving so well and just making sure that these envelopes were full, that it was a blessing when it was time, except for one. But when it was time for me to like get my driving license, which are, I mean, the license plates, I had the money in there. I had it in there. I had started, taking money out of my check bi-weekly for these things and just putting them in the different envelopes. Okay, this was a weight loss challenge that your girl lost. But anyway, I got $10. So what'll happen, I'll put that in another envelope. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about that. The sinking fund, honey, this is the sinking fund. You see that's a little thick there. This is the sinking fund. This is for um, your large dreams, your large items that you may purchase, your larger purchases. I knew that we were going to do our wooden floors. I knew that I had ordered meat. When I say meat, my neighbor and we went in on a cow, chicken, and a pig. Okay, so I know for the processing and for that meat, I knew it was going to cost. Okay, and I had budget for that period. I knew I was getting that. Um, let's see here. Yeah, flooring. I think, yep, that's all that's here. So it goes in a sinking fund. Now, the sinking fund, you know how much, that stuff is going to cost more. What I did is I found out, and I'll do that next year. I'll put how much everything is. I was able, you know what, I was able to do it here. I knew I was going to pay certain amounts. So anyway, what you do, I just, I knew I had to. We ordered the meat. So what you do, you just take that money out, and I start putting it in here. I started putting it in here in this envelope. I knew I wanted my floor done in my bathroom. Start, honey, putting money like I was doing it. And I still have money. I shouldn't say I have money left over, but I continue to put in here because it's something else that I need to have done in my house. So I called the person. I may have enough in there. I just thought about that. I called the person. He gave me a price. So, like I said, you can do that. So, anyhow, I have to look and see because I may have enough to have it done. So, I have to have something else done to my house. So, that concludes that part of the budget sheets and envelopes. Okay. Oh, and I don't know if let's see. I think I told you guys about this first. So this is what it looks like. So whenever you need to, like for instance, if I was going like with something that I'm going to have done to my house, what I'll do is I'll take that envelope out and take it to Menards. That's what I'm going to. Take it to Menards and go get, what I need, put that money towards it. Or either just go ahead and pay for it. So these do work. It's something about seeing the money, and when you start seeing it add up, it makes you feel awful good, that you're not just throwing the money away, and that you have the money for it. I have a friend, and I had said something to her. I noticed every time her child's birthday comes, they don't have, it's like, oh, we don't have anything. But my mother always said this, and I understand what she meant now. She said, you know what, mother, every holiday that's coming up. Because I asked her, Mom, how do you always have for it? You always have over, you have for us. And she said, you've been living for how long? All of those holidays and then birthdays, they coming up. They're coming up. Just put away a little bit. And you know what? You can. You can. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot. You can challenge yourself to do, heck, they even got nickel challenges. Okay, I don't know how many go in the jar, but they've got all kind of cute challenges that are out, and okay, go for them. But it helps. I feel, how did it make me feel good knowing that I was consistent with it, that I was doing something constructive with my money, because honey, money can flow through your hands real fast. So that made me feel good. And also on that note, I have to give my sister New Jersey Girl for Life a shout out, because you see this is $100. Okay, let me tell y'all why I'm going to give her a shout out. if you ever watched her What's in My Purse videos, and you probably have to go further behind to see them, but in her older videos, she always had tucked. Now, I think it was 100. I'm pretty sure it was 100. I was going to say, Jersey Girl, I don't want, it might have been two with you, or three or four. But she always kept $100 folded up, hidden like in the back of her passport, her driver's license. It was something, honey. She always had it hidden, okay? I have been doing this for, oh my gosh, 3 or 4, maybe 3 years. Okay, maybe 3 years. I have been doing it, okay? And I'll let you guys know how you get, once you're mindful, okay, I got to keep that there just in case something happens, because you just never know what'll happen. What makes me feel so good, I have gone to the store and said, oh my gosh, when I was doing this budget challenge and I was trying to do it with the groceries, which I said it didn't work because I would leave the envelope at home. I didn't have my stuff together at that time. I had this in my wallet because I always keep this in my wallet. Do you know, it's just like you don't know, it's like you don't remember that you have it. So I would go all the way home to get my envelope, get some money, and then go right back to the store. Then I would say, you know what, I had that, I could have taken the money out of this, but if you're in a mindset of saving, and young ladies, young men, because my boys, they use a card for everything. They don't keep any cash. Keep at least $20 on you, okay? You never know what will happen. I've been where different machines will go down. You just never know. You may need to tip somebody, young ladies. Something may happen to your car. You may want to. You just don't know. You may need some cash. Now I know the card works fine, but it always doesn't work, and it is good to have cash. And I keep this on me at all times, hidden away. I keep it on me, and it's good to know, that I don't have the mindset that I used to have, where I'm just so careless with my money. Okay, because your girl was careless. Yes, I was. I don't want you guys to think that I think I'm better than anyone, but your girl was careless with money, to where I'll never forget one time I was working, and I love Snickers candy bars, and it was something this guy told me. He said, "Hey," he said, "they got your candy bar in there," because we would wait in this candy machine. And I didn't say anything to him, but honey, I didn't even have a 75 cent or 50 cent to put in there, because I was just misusing my funds. Okay, so, now did it take me a long time to get it together? And honey, the Lord directed me to get things together. He did. He directed me to get things together by, I'll never forget it, on January the 1st. I had seen how much, well, it was after that I seen how much I made, and I was like, what do you have to show for it? Okay, what you get? What you do with all that money? So after I started asking myself that question, your girl don't play no more. And I'll tell you this, once you be broke, and honey, I don't know about y'all, I don't want to be broke no more. And I don't like to ask anybody for anything. Wasn't raised that way. So anyway, I hope some of these tips have helped you. They have helped me. I'm excited about the challenge. I don't know what increment that I will do next year. I'm glad I stuck with the plan. You guys take care. Be blessed. Bye, guys.